Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is I, your favorite douchebag, your favorite memester, Michael T. Nicola. Welcome to today's podcast. We're going to be talking about ScarJo. We're going to be talking about Activision Blizzard. We're going to talk about some comic book news. We got a bunch of other things. You know, some Twitter assholes have been up to their usual no good scumbagginess. But before we get to all that, I just want to take one moment to quickly thank my beautiful patron subscribers: Sarah, Victoria, Danielle, Purnima, Knob, Ryan Cruz, Kabong, Breba, Samantha, and Batman Lady. Thank you. Now, without further ado, let's get to the fucking crazy shit that is, well, what's happening right now between Disney and Scarlett Johansson. Now, I didn't know this. I haven't really been keeping up to date on this stuff, but apparently this week, Scarlett Johansson decided that Disney had, fucked her out of some money. Probably shouldn't be cursing a minute into the YouTube video. That's probably going to bury this video, but whatever. Disney sued by Scarlett Johansson over breach of contract over the Black Widow release. So for those of you who don't know, Black Widow, regardless of whether or not you liked it. I liked it. I actually give it a 7.5, 8 out of 10. I enjoyed the movie. Now, again, I'm a giant MCU dork, so I grade these things on a little bit of a curve because I'll be honest, I kind of lower my expectations. This sounds like a dickheady thing to say, a rude thing to say, but I do. MCU films are relatively cookie cutter. They're not trying to break the mold. They're not, the MCU or Marvel via Disney, they're not trying to make Joker, right? They're not trying to fuck things up. They're not trying to mess with the status quo. They've got Feige and his crew have a very formulaic way of going about making movies, and that's what they do. And you know what? I enjoy it thoroughly. So the same way, and when I say I grade things on a curve, the same way when I'm watching The Fast and Furious, I'm not looking for dialogue. Some of that dialogue is so stupid and cringy, it makes you want to punch yourself in the head. Every time I watch a Fantastic Fast and Furious, I'm sorry, I'm fucking all over the place. Every time I watch a Fast and Furious movie, I'm thinking, how long before Dom says family? How long before we see somebody holding a Corona? How long before somebody says one last mission, as they've said for the last 7 films? Yes. So when I'm watching The Fast and Furious, I grade on a curve, right? I'm not looking for the next Godfather, I just, I'm not looking for the next Gone with the Wind. Citizen Kane. I'm looking for the fucking fun movie to watch. What's going on, Lex? I'm looking for a fun movie to watch to pass the time that I can enjoy with my friends and, members of my community. Yo, what's up, D. Rogers or Drogers? Welcome. Yes, so when I'm watching an MCU film, I'm not really too concerned with, being a hardcore film critic. No. You know what? This is going to be a spoiler-free discussion because we're talking about ScarJo, the human being, suing Disney over breach of contract. At least this is going to be the first part of the podcast. Then I definitely want to talk about what's going on at Activision Blizzard because it is fucking chaos over there. Oh my god, have you guys seen some of the info that's come out because of the leaks? Because they're being sued? It is shocking. I don't say that lightly. There's some stuff that if you haven't been keeping up to date on this, or if you haven't seen some of the articles that we've posted in the Discord channel, which you should definitely join if you're curious. Great group of people over there. You're going to go that Pikachu mouth open face, dude. Just fucking, cause I was this morning. Anyway. All right, so back to the MCU, back to Black Widow. ScarJo's pissed because the Black Widow film did terribly. So like I said, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I had a fucking blast, man. I couldn't wait to get back into the theater. I couldn't wait to see some bombastic Marvel cinematic style action happening on screen. So yeah, I was sitting there, I was drinking my Coke, my cherry Coke Zero in lap, just enjoying the hell out of going to the movies and enjoying the hell of, some of the stuff that Marvel does best. And I don't know, that pisses people off because they say, like I said, it's cookie cutter, it's formulaic. And you know what? It is. But I've come to accept that, and I've come to appreciate it. It's fun. Anyway. Wait. I saw a text thread about some guy stacking ILBs. But what is that? What is ILBs? Anyway. So check this out. I didn't know this until this week, but ScarJo's money was tied into the theatrical release, and the theatrical release, frankly, it bombed. It tanked. It's not. I think it's one of the worst performing Marvel films theatrically. It did bad. I was a little bit surprised, but not all that surprised, to be honest. That's the only spoiler thing that I'm going to talk about, and it's not even a spoiler. You can look that up on Box Office Mojo. It didn't do well, and I think there are many different factors as to why it didn't do so hot. There are a bunch. Firstly, it should have came out 2 years or more ago. Matter of fact, it maybe should have. Like, that was where it was scheduled to come out. It probably should have came out before. I've said this so many times. Slap that travesty of a movie, Captain Marvel, slap that out of the way, and in its place should have been the Black Widow prequel movie. That would have made her Endgame. Now, no spoilers for this. If you haven't watched Endgame yet, what the fuck are you doing in here? Her movie death would have meant so much more if this had come out in between the two movies. And I think it would have done it. At that point, it probably would have done $1 billion. But it didn't. I think Fast 9 actually beat it in the box office. Now, this comes with a little asterisk because Disney Plus made about $60 million opening weekend on its platform. A gigantic sum of money when you consider that is all take home. Disney doesn't have to split that with anybody. Disney, so if you don't know how it works in the theaters show the movies to the people pay for the movie tickets. That movie ticket money is cut about half. 50% goes to the theaters, 50% goes to the studios that make the movie. It's a 50-50 split. Actually, in Disney's case, I think they managed to fucking elbow their way to a 60-40 split between the movie theaters because Disney is such a gigantic studio. Anyway, Scarlett Johansson signed a contract where what the fuck is up with my mic stand? I gotta get a new mic stand. Anyway, ScarJo signed a pretty exclusive contract with Disney saying that whatever the theatrical release made, she'd get a cut of that. But they didn't release it exclusively in the theaters. So she's saying that, hey, Disney, dickheads, you didn't release this exclusively, so it didn't make nearly as much money as it would have. So where's my money? ScarJo is basically saying, Mickey, you bitch, where's my fucking money? You fucked me. You stupid mouse. And I think there might be some validity to this, because she's saying that I think she's alleged that Disney, based on the fuck is that horrible movie? Based on the Mulan numbers, and based on the Cruella numbers, and any of the other of the films that Disney released straight to home box office, whatever the fuck, straight to VOD. People are saying that those movies probably tanked, right? Or at least didn't do so well. Either however well or they did or didn't do, Disney would know, because Disney knows everything, right? They have the numbers, they could see clear as day, this movie did blank, this movie didn't do blank. And regardless of how they could figure out, right, how they could speculate, how they could predict how well Black Widow was going to do, them releasing it theatrically and at home fucked ScarJo. And she's alleging that they knew this, and they I think she may even be saying that they purposely fucked her out of her money. Gal Gadot had a cinema center, and I believe it was awarded. Yes, that's what I mean. HBO Max did the same thing, and Warner Brothers had to shell out to the talent I believe in the ballpark of around $200 million to prevent things like this from happening. Disney, though, unfortunately, Disney is kind of... They're fucking assholes, man. I'm just gonna say it. They seem like greedy, grubby dickheads, man. And also, they are really litigious. So, matter of fact, I've heard through the grapevine that many lawyers won't fight Disney because they're such pricks. What they will do, because they're litigious assholes, is they'll just stall it. They'll just stall it, and they'll burn you down money-wise. They will eat away at your war chest until you've got nothing left, just to be petty because they're Disney and because they can. Because they've got an army of lawyers, and they know that whoever they're going up against, unless it's another megacorp, have less. So Disney might just completely try to fuck ScarJo. Absolutely. I mean, like they might just try her. They might just try to tie her up in court nonsense for the next decade just to be assholes. She's saying that she had theater exclusivity, and they don't. However, dude, Disney, when she sued them and claimed that they owe her money to the tune of $50 million. By the way, she already got paid $20 million, which was released by Disney. Disney, who I think released those numbers on purpose in order to make sure that people like Lex and D. Rogers or Drogers or yours truly would feel less sympathy for ScarJo because she already made $20 million. Now, to be honest, it worked, because the second I heard she got paid $20 million, I was like, go fuck yourself. Because before that, I was like, oh man, Disney's fucking ScarJo out of her money. That sucks. She should get fair pay for a fair day's work. I'm like, 20 million? 20 million fucking dollars? Like, I don't give a shit. Now, I'm like, I went from caring to like, nah, I don't really give a shit now. Who wins? Let me read the chat. Saw a text thread about some guy stacking pounds. That's about it. Fat girl fetish. I'm with you. I want high energy, fun time. Not everything needs to be Oscar worthy. Right, D. Rogers or Drogers. You gotta tell me how to say your name. Gal Gadot, send me your scenario. What's endgame? Jokes aside, I get her grievance, but I'm sure they'll settle. She's definitely done now, though. Oh no. She sued Disney. That's it, man. We are not seeing ScarJo reprise her role as Black Widow, man. She's fucking done, dude. She literally just bit the hand that fed. But listen, I don't think she would square D. Rogers. Awesome. Sweet. Thank you. I don't think she would square up. Her and her lawyers would square up with Disney unless they thought they had a fighting chance, right? I mean, because there's no way. It's kind of like what's that line? If you go for the king, you best not miss, right? It's Disney. They're fucking animals, dude. They'll eat her alive unless she had a true shot, right? Her and her lawyer, or her lawyer is fucking crazy. And she must have also felt, imagine, right? Imagine, you are going to burn one of the biggest bridges in Hollywood doing this. Forget about ever reprising your role as Black Widow. Forget about ever doing like any kind of like flashback scenes or cameos, or forget about voicing any Pixar movies or fucking or any other future Walt Disney stuff, because Disney owns everything, man. Forget about maybe appearing in Star Wars or Disney Plus. Whatever the fuck it is, dude, you're getting blacklisted by Disney the second you do this, right? So it's going to be this bad. I think the only thing to trump that is if you actually are fucking pissed because that you really truly think that they fucked you out of a boatload of money that you're owed, right? Right? I mean, why else would she do that, right? She wouldn't just like haphazardly be like, yeah, you know what, this company I've worked for the last 10 years, I'm just going to fucking sue them. Why not? I got nothing but time and money to burn. Yeah, no, man. I think I'm assuming she's really fucking upset, and I'm assuming that they try to work this out behind the scenes, and Disney probably told her to fuck off, take a hike. We don't owe you shit. And yeah, she's like, all right, well, I'll see you in court. Clive Barker's Aberrat. Hell, my understanding is Disney will option things just to buy certain IPs. Oh, for sure. No, Disney has a long history of being shady and underhanded. And I mean, look at the copyright stuff. Used to be, what was it? Used to be like, it was 50 years, and then copyright would kind of would go to a public domain. And then what happened was, again, this is loosely, I'm paraphrasing what happened here. Disney lobbied Congress to get it so that they kept pushing the public domain date further and further back so that Mickey Mouse never ended up in the public domain. So that they would perpetually own him, even though, you know, listen, like, so there are some stories that anybody could write about. Super old ones, nobody has, you know, I'm pretty sure The Little Mermaid is public domain at this point. Or maybe not The Little Mermaid, but like the one written by those weird fucking Scandinavian dude. Like some shit that's like 100 or so years old, there's no longer a copyright on them. Like I said, they've accessed the public. They belong to the people now. And yeah, that's not the same with Disney stuff, because Disney they're fucking assholes. She's getting her retirement money out of this lawsuit. Regardless of what they paid her up front, they had a contractual commitment. They clearly made a decision to hold the movie for theatrical release when they saw what happened with Wonder Woman, and probably figured they could make more money by paying out a settlement because, as you said, they're taking home all $30 per rental. Exactly, Rogers. They pocketed that 60 plus million. They never. So Disney was bragging and shouting from the rooftops how well that opening weekend was. $60 million we made on Disney Plus. Meanwhile, nobody can ever check the numbers. Same thing with Netflix, same thing with Hulu, same thing with Apple TV, same thing with all of these streaming services. We only get the information that they decide to give us. So when Disney Plus says, we made $60 million opening weekend, biggest Disney Plus opening ever, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Well, fantastic. Who gives a shit? But they keep all of it. However, I think ScarJo was hoping that they wouldn't do that. I remember Kevin Feige also trying to do the same, trying to lobby for the same. Now, we got to try to look at the other side of things, right? Because, listen, as much as I enjoy Marvel and some of the Star Wars things, like, well, The Mandalorian and the last season of Clone Wars, and, you know, I'm still going through the Bad Batch. I'm not 100% on the I want to watch Disney burn because I hate Disney train. I'm no Disney simp, by the way. I'm no Disney apologist. I'm no Disney fanboy. And I want justice. Whoever is right in this lawsuit, I want to get their money worth, even if that is the mouse. I gotta say, I don't know if Black Widow was going to be one of those giant Marvel movies. I don't think it. I think even in the best of circumstances, right? Look, guys, let's think about it, right? Think about the pandy never happened. It never happened, right? Let's wipe 2020 away, and let's imagine things just kept on chugging along just like they were. Endgame came out, yada yada yada. Nobody's coughing, nothing, right? Nothing happens in China. Nobody eats any bats. Nobody leaks anything from any kind of weird viral facilities. And the world just keeps on trucking the same way it was. I think even in that scenario, obviously just speculating here, even in that scenario, I don't think Widow makes all that much money at all. I really don't. I think maybe it makes... How much did fucking Ant-Man make? I'm gonna assume it makes Ant-Man numbers. Let's see. Ant-Man box office. Yeah. All right. So the first Ant-Man made about 519.3 million. That's what I'm assuming Black Widow would get, if that. Because she's already dead. The character's gone. This is a prequel. Endgame just happened. I don't know if people were all that excited for it. I mean, I could just ask you guys straight out. Rogers, Lex, Banzi, were you guys super pumped for a Widow movie? The Alien vs. Predator properties have some drama attached to them now, not to mention all the EU Star Wars... Oh yeah, those guys got screwed. Disney's fucking screwed the EU authors, man. They just decided to stop paying them. I love Disney, but the corporate machine is leaving a bad taste in everyone's mouth. It is. It is, man. Well, I think ScarJo is hot, so... Well, she is hot. And she's got a fat ass for a Hollywood starlet, I'll give her that, to be sure. You guys ever see that photo of her ass just walking down the street? It's big. It's meaty. It's juicy. I was going no matter what. Black Widow, when you get right down to it, not remotely. Unfortunately. Again, great actress, solid character, but the movie should have happened... I'm not saying 10 years ago, but within the last 10 years before the book was shut, you know? Essentially, Endgame was the first volume of the Marvel Cinematic Universe shut, right? Boom. Book closed, done. And they're kind of figuring out the next book now, right? If you want to think of it that way. It just doesn't fit quite right, you know? You're going to start this next phase and it's going to be, hey, remember this character who's dead? She did some cool shit a while ago. How about it? And people were like, no, not really interested. And it showed in the box office numbers, man. Like I said, Fast and Furious 9 beat it out. ScarJo's pissed. Oh, but you know what? Before we move on, I do want to show you guys this because Disney couldn't let that go. I come in here about fat ass. 10 out of 10. Oh, I'll talk about ScarJo's fat butt. Let me see. I just typed in Scarlett Johansson ass. Here, I got some booty shots. I don't think these are Photoshop. Yeah, no, I don't think these are Photoshop. Here, check this out. Jesus Christ, woman. Do 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 do. Ba ba da ba ba. Check out this butt, dude. That's an ass, man. Here's that butt in a dress. She's got some meat on her, man. This has got nothing to do with the article. This has got nothing to do with her suing Disney, but I figured I'd show you guys, you know, she's got you know, she's not just you know, she's not some skinny mini. She's got a little meat on her bones. Anyway, hard detour there. Her butt aside, Disney had this to say. Disney fires back at Scarlett Johansson, calls Black Widow lawsuit sad and distressing. Now this is where Disney starts, they start getting a little fucking nasty, dude. There is no merit whatsoever to this filing, Disney said in an unusually fiery statement. The lawsuit is especially sad and distressing in its callous disregard for the horrific and prolonged global effects of the, I don't want to say this word because I feel like, the pandy, we'll call it. El Kufe. Now, Disney are being dickheads. You know, Disney's throwing shit at ScarJo. However, to play devil's advocate here, put yourself, this might be hard, put yourself in the mouse's shoes, if you will. No easy feat. But imagine you're a business and you're an evil mega corporation. And Your parks are shut down. Your money's tapped. You're hemorrhaging money during this pandy. People can't go out and do a damn thing. People aren't watching your movies. People aren't going to your parks. People aren't spending money on toys at the toy store. You are hemorrhaging money. What do you do? What do you do? I think, personally, to be real, I think when it comes to them releasing movies on Disney Plus, I don't think they had a choice. I really don't. I think those movies were just sitting on the shelves, and the longer they kept on the shelves, the less money that they were making Disney. So I think I understand why they did it. Now, the only question here for the judge, I'm assuming, is did all the turmoil that was caused by El Kufe, did that warrant a breach of contract? See, I'm not a fucking lawyer, obviously, I'm an idiot. But I do know that there are certain clauses in certain contracts. There's a term for it. They've got a very special term for it. It's like where they write this in case all hell breaks loose, right? Let me see if I could find the... yes. I believe it's called the Act of God clause. Something like that. At least that's what it's called in insurance, the Act of God. What is an act of God legally? In the legal usage of the English speaking world, an act of God is a natural hazard outside of human control, where no person can be held responsible. Right? So there you go. There's legal at ease for it, right? Because all contracts are made and signed under, well, normal circumstances, barring an act of God. Now, I'm assuming Disney, if I were Disney, and with this, I feel like they specifically use this. They shout out and called Pandy, right? They proclaimed El Kufe in their public statement, and I think they did this very, very intentionally. It's called force. What the hell is that? What's that word? I don't even know. I'm going to Google that right now. Let's see.
Force majeure.
Force majeure. Unforeseeable circumstance that prevents someone from fulfilling a contract. Whoa.
Force majeure.
May the force majeure be with you, Disney. Yeah. So, my best guess is that Disney is going to claim force majeure or act of God or whatever you want to call it. So when ScarJo's like, you broke the contract, Disney's going to say, well, force majeure, baby. Read 'em and weep. Force fucking majeure. Act of God. That's my best guess. I think that's Disney's best defense. They're going to say that this destroyed our business. We had to do this because of the pandy. I think they're going to blame it all on the pandy, and I think that's why they released this statement. You know, why is their first statement against ScarJo? Why does it contain that phrase? It's not a coincidence. I think this is what they're going to hammer home. And dude, honestly, man, I don't know, dude. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. I mean, listen. This has never happened before, man. There's never been a year-long shutdown where people couldn't go to the damn movie theater or theme parks or whatever. They might actually have some kind of defense there. I'm just spitballing because, again, I'm a retard. But they might actually be onto something, I'm guessing, because this is a pretty rare circumstance. If there was ever a moment in time where Disney can call on the force majeure, this is one of those times. This is one of those times. Shit. They waited too long. Had they released it in the original date, there would have been a case. Either way, I'm eager to see what a judge is going to say. Personally, I think ScarJo should get some money for her troubles. I don't know how much. I think it's fair. I think that's probably what's fair. How much? Who knows? U.S. courts take impracticality into consideration. But I tell you this, I'm going to be very curious as to see what a judge says about all this. Next up, but to do it now is sketchy. I agree, Rogers. It's all dicey. It's all shaky. I tell you, man, I'm very curious. I am very curious to see what kind of public documents and stuff, what kind of private documents from like Disney Plus, like the back end numbers. I really want to know what's going on with them back end numbers. Tell me. I'm curious, dude. I want them to open up those fucking books, dude. I want to know exactly what Disney Plus is doing behind the scenes. I want to know those Mulan numbers. I want to know those Cruella numbers. I want to see exactly how well or how bad Disney is doing. Because these streaming sites, man, I don't fucking trust. I sound like a fucking old hillbilly. I don't trust these streaming sites. I don't trust them. Banzi says Disney wins by default and they're going to make her poor. I hope not, man. ScarJo seems like a decent enough person. I'd be interested in seeing the discussions leading up to the filing of suit. You have to imagine ScarJo's lawyers didn't lead with, oh no, of course, dude, this must have been in the works for some time. For some time, ScarJo and her crew must have been, dealing with Disney, trying to get them to come to some kind of arrangement. And Disney is not going to come out. Disney's not going to come out good in this. There's no way. Matter of fact, let's check the Disney stock. Let's check the Disney stock. How many of you want to guess that Disney's finished lower this last week? You know what? Not nearly as bad as I would have thought. I would have thought news of this breaking out Disney would have taken a major hit. But if you look within the last 5 days, lowest it's gone. Let's check out the month. Oof. Yeah, no, I mean, they're on a slight decline now, but nowhere near. I mean, they took a hit. Wait. Was this, what happened on the 15th? Hey, wait. What happened on the 15th, dude? Because what the fuck? What is this? Anyway, I don't know shit about stocks, but I was just curious to see what the fuck Disney stocks were at. And it looks like, to this idiot, it doesn't look like it really has done much. What was it? Wait, what's that, Banzi? Banzi says, click and drag the graph. Oh, so you could see. All right. No shit. Thanks for that. Hey, thanks for the word of advice, Banzi. Okay, yeah. So in the last 5 days, they're actually up 0.4. So Disney, you know what? That doesn't bode well, dude. Meanwhile, speaking of stock prices, let's look at Activision in the last 5. Oh my god! Look at this dip, dude. Jesus, 9%. What are they at now? Damn, they fucking dropped 8%, man. 7.4 points. Fucking A. Holy shit, man. For $1 billion corporation? Dude. Holy shit, man. I wish I knew how much that drop meant in percentages. Like how much that percentage meant in monetization. Like how many billions of dollars is an 8% drop in Activision stock? Goes up 10 to 15% in a year, goes down 8% in a week. Yeah, let's dig into Activision. Oh yeah, this fucking asshole. Forgot about that dickhead. 8.09 billion dollars. Where is the Activision? No, that's one. I could have sworn I had another Activision article on here. Get the hell out of here. Oh shit. Yeah, no, this is the big one, dude. You guys know what's going on with Activision, right? Or Activision Blizzard specifically. Blizzard they're in the middle of a class action lawsuit that was announced this week. Hence this giant dip. This giant dip coincides with the other day when when the suit was filed against Blizzard for, I mean, dude, it's all the worst shit, dude. Harassment, all kinds of misogyny, women being, molested and all kinds of shit, dude. There was even a girl who offed herself during a company trip because alleged nude photos of her were leaked to a bunch of people in the in the company. And she was dating one of her one of her higher ups. Anyway, apparently, a fucking nightmare, a complete nightmare scenario. So yeah, things are not looking so hot for Activision Blizzard. Things are actually looking pretty gnarly for Activision Blizzard, and it looks like the investors are shaky, real shaky, to the tune of about $8 billion worth of shake. Okay, all right. Oh, 8%. Oh, okay, all right. It's not 8 billion. Sorry, it was 8% of 8.09 billion. Is that though, Banzi? Is that though? I mean, I don't know if those numbers are exactly correlate. I don't know if they correlate like that. The revenue equals what that stock is worth versus. Yeah, I know, but is that a 1-to-1? I don't know. I'd be real curious to find out. This, however, this dropped today. You guys read this. Activision IT worker secretly filmed colleagues in the bathroom, the office bathroom. An Activision IT worker pleaded guilty to mounting a camera under a sink in a manner to point at the toilet in 2018 court records show. I think you need to look at the shares outstanding. You need to look at their last set of financials. I'm gonna be honest, Rogers, I don't know anything about that whatsoever. Super out of my league. So I'm gonna not do that because I'm a dummy. But I'm assuming an 8% drop in your shares probably really fucking sucks for $1 billion corporation. However much money that is, they just lost 8% of it. And like I said, it doesn't look like it's getting any better for these guys. In 2018, a former Activision Blizzard IT worker installed cameras in the company's Minnesota office bathroom with the intent to spy on employees while they use the toilet, according to court records. Pretty fucking gnarly, right? But guess what? There's some other stuff that came out just yesterday that was also well fucking gross. Check this out. Here, this came out Wednesday. Inside Blizzard developers' infamous Bill Cosby suite, dude. Yo, they had a Bill Cosby suite at BlizzCon. The executives did. Loving the Bill Cosby suite. They called it the Cos. This is back since news broke last week of allegations of sexual harassment and discrimination at Activision Blizzard via a legal complaint from the state of California. Many top male developers there, both current and former, have responded with shock and dismay. But while many claim they weren't aware of the problematic frat boy culture leading to accusations of sexual harassment and assault at the hands of male Blizzard employees, comments and images shared on social media paint a different picture. Based on photographs and screenshots of Facebook posts obtained by Kotaku, it is clear that people beyond Alex's fucking name I can't pronounce, the man named in the lawsuit, and a long-time World of Warcraft developer, were aware of the Cosby Suite, dude. The Cosby Suite. Mentioned in the lawsuit, that was apparently a nickname for this person's BlizzCon 2013 hotel room, and seemingly a reference to the name of the infamous, date rapist, Mr. Cosby. During a company event, an annual convention called BlizzCon, such and such would hit on female employees, telling him he wanted to marry them, attempting to kiss them and put his arms around them. The complaint reads, "This was in plain view of other male employees, including supervisors who had to intervene and pull him off female employees. Such and such was so known to engage in harassment of females that his suite was nicknamed the Cosbys." I don't know why they're calling it the Crosby Suite. I don't know why they're calling it the Crosby Suite. Anyway, but the Cosby Suite was more than just a nickname. Yeah, so here's some images from the Cos, as they would say it. Day 0 prep made. Cosby Suite in effect. Hang on, there's some more pictures. Here we go. Here we go. I'm gathering the hot chicks for the cause. Bring 'em. Greg, you on the way? You can't marry all of them, Alex.
I can. I'm Middle Eastern.
You misspelled fuck. At Hilton Bar. Come up to the cause. Anyway, so the guy who's like the guy who's come up to the cause, and the guy who wrote "you misspelled fuck," that is literally the McCree, who's McCree from Overwatch is this guy's namesake. Like this guy Jess McCree or Jesse McCree, who's like, "You misspelled fuck. Come up to the cause." That's the dude that they named McCree after in Overwatch. Let's see. Hey, Pinky, we're talking about the Cosby Suite. That's why they want to change McCree's name. Is that what they want to do? Because of this? I'll be honest. I haven't heard, outside of reading these articles, I don't know what the people are reacting to. I'm not a big Blizzard guy. So I don't know how the player base is dealing with this. I read an article that the community is demanding a name change. Personally, I don't care. I mean, unless this guy is convicted of, unless this particular McCree is convicted of, well, some really bad stuff, in the vein of what the namesake of the hotel room, in the namesake of the hotel room in which it's which all the action was happening, right? So here we go. So here's the infamous shot of the Cosby Suite. Here's what I was just showing you. Here's a reaction. God damn, that girl's got giant eyeballs, man. Eva Green, that's her name, I think. Anyway, check this out. We'll do you one better. This is a tweet from one of those guys in the group chat. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. Here, this guy. So Greg Street, who's in the group chat. Greg Street, keep that name in mind. At Hilton Bar. At Hilton Bar, check this out. So Greg Street in this very group chat. This is something else he wrote. I'm not trying to speak for Blizzard, and I'm certainly not trying to speak for the women or Pox at Blizzard. I do believe men in leadership roles have a responsibility, a duty to make sure women and other marginalized folks feel welcome, happy, and successful at our studios. Go fuck yourself, dude. Go fuck yourself, man. This guy's full of shit, right? I mean, this guy was hanging out the Cosby Suite. Now, I'm not saying he was up to any bad, right? I'm not saying that he was, you know, an accomplice. But at the very least, he was involved and fine with it, right? Whatever happened to that suite, right? There are many allegations as to what happened in the suite. They haven't been proven yet. However, one girl committed, you know, forever bye-bye on herself. So I don't. Maybe where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm not trying to shit on every person in this chat, but at the very least, they were aware that some shady stuff may have been going down at the suite named after a serial date rapist. It all feels very sus, right? Real sus. I don't know about you guys, but I've never named a hotel suite after, you know, I've never been in my hotel suite and said, y'all come to my hotel suite. It's in the penthouse. It's the Epstein suite. And then you walk in and it's a photo of Epstein hanging out. This may turn out to be a big story, but that TikTok child scandal seems more damning. That guy was a big male feminist, so they aren't really covering it. I don't know anything about TikTok scandal. I don't know what happened there. Do you got a name or something I could look up? After all, there was no grape allegations. After all, there were no grape allegations. To be honest, dude, I feel like every day it's something new coming out about this lawsuit. So I don't know what is yet to come out. So far, it's just harassment, and you know, women were accosted and mistreated and groped by certain individuals, allegedly. Yeah, there were already multiple allegations of. Oh yeah. But let's see. Yeah, let's see. They talk about this here. Allegations of widespread harassment, content warnings. So, oh, you know what? Never mind. Grapes are part of the. They're part of the basket here. Yeah. Oh man, I'm not gonna go through and reading every single allegation, but it's not great, man. It's not great. You know, a lot of heavy allegations here, man. Again, a lot of heavy allegations here. You don't just casually drop these 3 words into a class action lawsuit without. I'm assuming there being some real meaningful shit behind them. Anyway, so then you see, again, this is particularly why whenever you see whenever you see somebody like this, you know what? Let this be the takeaway. Let this be the takeaway for all of you who are curious or spend any time on social media. The second you see a person like this, one of these male feminist types, right? One of these like pussy hat wearing, pink t-shirt having, screaming about how they're a male feminist this and a male feminist that. More often than not, you can't fucking trust them. They're full of shit, and they're generally speaking up to no fucking good. Do you know how many male feminists / allies? I'm an ally. I'm a male feminist. I'm all for BIPOC rights, or whatever the fuck they call it, weird marginalized groups of people now. Anytime you have one of these characters screaming about how fucking self-righteous they are, and about how they're you know, oh, marginalized girl, marginalized this, people this, women that, social media brownie points, it's all performative, it's all fucking nonsense, and more often than not, it's to cover up their own fucking weird misdeeds. I'm not trying to speak for Blizzard, and I'm certainly not trying to speak for the women or pox at Blizzard. I do believe men and reassurance have a responsibility and a duty to make sure women and other marginalized folks be welcome happy. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut your fucking bitch mouth. Because look what you're at. Meanwhile, look what you're up to. Fucking Cosby Suite. Yes, so keep this in mind. I want you to put this in the memory bank. Make this one stick. You know, close your eyes if you fucking have to. But remember, this is important. The second you hear a dude call himself an ally, let your fucking alert go off, dude. Red alert style. Alexa, red alert.
Red alert. All hands at battle stations.
Yeah. This is what should be going off in your brain, dude. Especially if it's like some random ass fucking white dude wearing a pussy hat talking about he's a male feminist. Sound the fucking alarm, man. Because they're probably up to no fucking good. Let me catch up with the chat. Jerobe John Robert Bell, 4 million followers on TikTok, deleted all his accounts. You know, I'm gonna look this up. Alexa's on it. Right? You know, man, because here's the thing. People who really give a shit, man. I'm talking about not people who say they're all about it. I'm not talking about social media activists or whatever you want to call them. You know, the people who are the people and idiots on social media that all they do is they repost somebody else's fucking political infographic. You know, whenever the time comes, just to show that they too, you know, they too care about social rights of marginalized people. But you only notice this when everybody else is posting the same fucking infographic. Yeah, those types. I don't trust them. I don't trust any of them. Because generally speaking, in my experience, those who really do care, right? And I'm talking about really care, man. They're not just donating their money, but they're donating their time, right? They're going down to various places to lend a hand, to do what they can, to serve whatever community that is in need. Those people generally don't brag about it, right? The people who truly give a fuck, right? The people who will go to the local, I don't know, man, volunteer to work at, the fucking Boys and Girls Club or a fucking soup kitchen or whatever the hell. They're generally not the types who are taking cute selfies while they're feeding homeless people, right? At least not in my experience, generally speaking. However, the social media activist who doesn't give two shits, and who, matter of fact, might actually be up to some horrible shit, like in this fucking photo, allegedly. Those people can't wait to tell you how fucking awesome and good they are, how virtuous they are. They can't wait to shout it from the fucking rooftops. But they're full of shit, man. Don't buy them. Don't buy it. Don't believe it. Don't fall for it. The lady doth protest too much is exactly right. People who do the right thing don't talk about doing the right thing. Exactly. It's like Fight Club, but for nice people. Yeah, man. Look, grape isn't the only measuring stick. There's too much despicable stuff that goes on prior to, of course. Of course, of course. Let's see. I don't know. I couldn't find an article about this guy. Yeah, Lex, I couldn't find an article about that guy you mentioned. No big deal though. Got a couple other things to talk about here. Oh, here's one. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with this woman. She's a known rabble rouser, we'll say. I'll DM an IG later. Please do. Dude, I thought Bill was wearing a... What? Bill? What? What are you talking about? What's up, Blazin? He's a saint. Fuck that person. Did you guys... Alright, hey, did you guys all watch the new Ghostbusters trailer? I did. I had a whole conversation about this earlier in the week. About the Dune trailer. I didn't watch the most recent Dune trailer. I didn't watch the most recent 2 Dune trailers. I watched the teaser. I watched the teaser one, and that was enough for me. And my thoughts on that are, how to phrase this before? Listen, if I'm invested in the movie for whatever reason, be it the actors, the writers, be it the directors, the producers, the studio behind it, if I'm invested in it, right? If I hear names like Tarantino, Nolan, Dave Fincher, Dave Finch. Dave Finch? Whatever, man. The director of Fight Club, the director of Seven, that guy. The guy who, I think he was director of a bunch of episodes of was it Manhunter? What the fuck was that show? What was that serial killer show? FBI serial killer show on Netflix that was really fucking good. Whatever, man. If it's that dude, if it's a Denis Villeneuve movie, for example, the guy who did Blade Runner 2049, the guy who did Arrival, and the guy who was doing Dune, I'm in. Mindhunters, thank you. Santa, really appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm in, man. You got that dude Timmy Chalamet. You got Zendaya, who I think who's overrated, overhyped. I don't understand the obsession, but whatever. She's cute enough. Who cares? She can act. I'm there, right? So I don't need to see any more Dune. However, the Ghostbusters movie, I was not convinced, man. After the debacle that was the 2016 Ghostbusters movie, where you actually had funny women, dude. Again, Kristen Wiig, who's the fat Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, then you had Kate. I don't know these broads' names, man. Yeah, the big chocolatey one, and you got the short blonde lesbian one, and the 4 of them were on SNL. Very funny women, dude. Way fucking funnier than yours truly. They are resetting. Well, I guess what I'm saying is, after that travesty of a fucking movie, just awful. I sat through it because I was curious. Man. Everybody was shitting on it. I thought, you know what, man? I've watched enough of these broads on Saturday Night Live. They've made me laugh. They've got a couple yucks out of me. How bad could this movie really be? And I sat down and I watched it. And I want to throw myself in front of a truck before it was over. I don't think I laughed once. I don't think there was a single moment in that movie where I even cracked a smile. It was terrible. It's awful. I regret every second of seeing it. I'm down to watch whatever Paul Rudd is in. Paul Rudd is that dude seems like a really fucking down-to-earth guy. Nikki, thank you for the raid. Nikki, thank you. I really appreciate that. Funcom is making Dune survival game. I wonder if it's going to be any good. Wonder if it's going to be any good. Blazing Chaos. Let's see this link that you dropped. Oh my god, look at that. That's a hell of a... Listen. Hey, look. Blazing, I'm going to be honest with you. Blazing, I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I don't know what this is because I'm a heterosexual man. So I've never watched Naruto. I enjoy vagina. I'm attracted to women. You know? So I've seen this. I think I've seen this around. But I didn't know the name of it until you just said that it's one of these words. One of these words here is what it is. But okay. All right, anyway. So, Ghostbusters 2016 is a complete piece of shit. Horrible shit show. Just awful. So bad. And the worst part is you actually had funny ladies, right? They might not be your cup of tea, but dude, Kristen Wiig has been fucking hilarious, man. Guys, you ever see that sketch that Kristen Wiig did where she was like part of like a singing troupe, except she had birth defects? You ever see that one, dude? Hang on. I'm just gonna show you a fucking gif from it, dude. I'm just gonna show you a fucking gif. Because I don't want to get banned by YouTube. Because YouTube will ban me so fucking... YouTube will fucking ban me so fucking hard. My head will spin. The channel will be nuked into oblivion, dude. Dude, look at this. Look at her. Dude, look at her with the fucking... Yeah. Look at her with the fucking baby hands and giant forehead, man. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's more. Dude, look at this fucking... Look at the fucking baby. Look at the fucking baby hands and the giant fucking forehead, dude. You're probably not supposed to laugh at birth defects. Anyway, baby hands and giant forehead aside, these ladies could be very funny, and their fucking talents were fucking wasted on that trash Ghostbusters movie. I'm reporting you to the cyber police. Anyway, I've never seen it either, but I knew what it was because of talking to weebs, says Evo. Listen, well, now I know too. So now you guys have ruined me also. Anyway, I watched this new Ghostbusters trailer and I thought it actually looked compelling. It seems to be, the plot seems to be that the character of Egon Spangler, if I remember my Ghostbusters lore, had a family, and his grandkids he's now passed, and he left this old house with all his old equipment and old Ghostbusters stuff throughout the house, and he left it to his kids and grandkids, or daughter and grandkids. And they discover it, and guess what? This small little town, a whole bunch of hell breaks loose, and I don't know, man. Paul Rudd is in it, and it looks like they're doing the opposite of the original Ghostbusters, where they're kind of like honoring the old characters, and this seems to be like a kind of passing of the torch to this next generation because you know Harold Ramis is gone. So the only, the people that are still kicking are Ernie Hudson, Dan Aykroyd, and Bill Murray for God knows how long, man. Again, those guys must be in their late 70s or maybe even early 80s at this point. I mean, they're no fucking spring chickens. That's for damn sure. But to Evo's point, it looks super watchable. I watched this trailer expecting just about nothing. And I watched it and I thought, you know what? This actually doesn't look too bad. Not going to get my hopes up. Not going to expect the world. But my butthole is a little tickled. I'm a little enticed. I kind of want to see where this goes. So I watched this trailer. My expectations are low, and I'm excited to see it, but I'm going to get a nostalgia kick out of it regardless, right? Yeah, something about seeing the old Ecto one, just kind of driving around, man, seeing the fucking the proton packs, man. I don't know, dude. It's hard. Again, I'm old enough that I grew up with that movie. I grew up with the Ghostbusters and the Extreme Ghostbusters television show. Murray 70. Is that it? Dude, I saw that guy like 10 years ago, and he looked like hell. He looked like he was an 80-year-old man. I saw him in New York City, again, about 10 years back. I remember thinking to myself, the first thing after I thought, holy shit, it's Bill fucking Murray. This guy's way taller than I thought he was. After that thought, I thought, yeah, what the fuck? Is this guy 85 years old? So he must have been in his 60s. He must have been 60 years old then. God damn, man. He must have lived. That's a fucking hard 60 years, man. I guess he did live through the 80s as an adult. That's a lot of coke. All right, well, c'est la vie. He also lived through the 70s too. That's also a lot of coke. Shit. I'm surprised he's still kicking. Either way, not a whole lot of time left on that gang. Dan Aykroyd is as fat as a fucking house. Last time I saw a photo of Dan Aykroyd, it looked like he ate young Dan Aykroyd. The dude ballooned up to a fucking enormous weight. And again, not great when you're in your 70s and you're that heavy. Looks alright, for sure. I do think the game was the legitimate sequel, though, if you haven't played it. Do you know what I'm going to do tonight? Tonight, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to watch, because my friends, listen, I'm a PlayStation guy. I'm a PlayStation guy, always have been, always will be. When I was a teenager, my dad surprised me with a PlayStation 1 with those fucking cool black discs. I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember them. And after that, I'm like, you know what? I'm a PlayStation boy. And I've been a PlayStation boy ever since. I haven't got the PS5, but I will. Once I'm not so poor. Once I'm less poor enough to afford it. Anyway. The Ghostbusters 3, or aka the third movie, isn't a movie. It's the Xbox game. It's the Xbox Ghostbusters game. For the Xbox 360. As much as I love the Ghostbusters, I at the time didn't own an Xbox, so I couldn't play it. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do tonight. Tonight, I heard that you could find a YouTube channel. I heard that you could find a YouTube channel where it was for the PlayStation 3 too? What the fuck, man? I'm an idiot, dude. You know, I think back in the day, somebody told me that it was for the Xbox only, and I believed him. I never got it. What the fuck? Anyway. Regardless, I don't think I'm going to play it. I think I'm just going to watch. It's on Steam? Yo, guys, should I play this fucking game? Maybe I'll play it on Twitch only. Maybe I'll just do Twitch streams with playing this fucking game. Does it hold up? Because I would love to watch I would love to like take part or like experience the like unofficial third Ghostbusters movie. Yes. Okay. All right. You know what? Fuck it. How much is it on Steam? I'm not opposed. Definitely not opposed, dude. I fucking love the Ghostbusters growing up. I think I owe it to myself to watch it. For the record, I decided to go watch Black Widow at the theater tomorrow. Thanks for tipping the scale for me. Yeah, no, Rogers, dude. Rogers. As long as you're up for having a good time, you're gonna have fun, man. At the very least, I can guarantee you that Black Widow was fun. However, I've got one critique of the movie, but I don't know if I want to fuck it. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I've got one critique of the movie. I'm not going to say it. Don't anybody spoil it. I swear to God, I'll bang you. I don't like it when people spoil things for others. I've got a single critique, and the only thing I'll say is you'll know it when you know it. You'll know it when you know it. It's a critique, and it's because I read comic books that I was a little annoyed by. It's only $25? All right. Yeah, dude. I'm a big enough Ghostbusters nerd that fuck yeah. Anyway, so back to this dickhead's tweets. This person. Again, don't bother them. Don't tweet at them, don't harass them in any way, shape, or form, because the second you do, they go and cry about it, and then it goes from here's the cycle. Here's the cycle on social media. Lunatics on social media, they say crazy things. They say things in order to piss people off. They basically call you, if you're, God forbid, you're into a fandom. God forbid you like He-Man to be He-Man. God forbid you like, Superman to look like Superman, or Spider-Man look like Spider-Man, or whatever it is. Whatever fandom thing that you love. Whatever thing you grew up cherishing. Whatever character that might be. The second somebody changes it, alters it, whatever, and then proclaims that it's some progressive move rather than tokenization, which it definitely is tokenization, well, they insult you. Oh, you're just you're an incel. You're a man baby. And then when you try to defend what your position for not liking something or critiquing something that was made, then God forbid you have a difference of opinion with somebody on the internet. Well, then you're a harasser. Then you're not being critical. You're not having a polite disagreement. You're harassing somebody. You're a bully. It's they call them cry bullies, because they're the actual bullies. They're the ones who constantly claim harassment when nobody's harassed anyone. But yeah, so don't bother anybody like that. Speaking of nostalgia, can we force the Transformer cartoon movie to be released in the movie theater? I'd watch that. That'd be a damn... Can we have dude, you ever wish that Michael Bay actually made a decent Transformer movie? Where like when the Transformers were fighting, you could actually know which Transformer was which, rather than a fucking undulating mess of robot parts just flying around haphazardly amid explosions for 2 hours. Anyway, this person writes this: congratulations, incels. You hated women Ghostbusters, so now you're getting children Ghostbusters with mom and dad helping. Well done. That's the takeaway, man. That's the hot take. The hot take from this asshole is congratulations, you man babies, you incels. You hated women Ghostbusters, and now this is what you get. This is what we get. What looks like an arguably better movie. This is what we get. You mean them trying to continue the legacy of the original Ghostbusters without, shitting all over it? Without trying to force a weird agenda down our throats? This is what we get? It's so dumb. It's such a dumb take. And let's see. I believe this person was... Yes, they were completely fucking ratioed. Yes. As to be expected when somebody acts like a complete buffoon. You generally get ratioed for your buffoonery on the internet. Some of these tweets... Let's see... Damn, I could have sworn I liked a few. The women part was irrelevant. I think everyone didn't like the unfunny, uninvented Ghostbusters. It could have had the pantsless cast of Magic Mike chewing cigars and throwing axes, and if it was the same script, we'd have refused to answer the call. Yeah, I don't understand why... If you don't like a modern TV show, movie, video game that's pushing some weird agenda, God forbid you don't like it, not because of the agenda, but because it sucks. That's it. Guess what? You are, insert term here, insert bigot, racist, homophobe, xenophobe, Islamophobe, whatever it is, man. It's not. So, for example, man, they make a Ghostbusters movie with all women. Okay, whatever. I sit down at the theater with an open mind. I sit down, I buy my movie ticket. I sit there. I don't have any preconceived notions. I didn't hate it just because it was ladies. I didn't give a shit. It could have been alien Ghostbusters for all I care. The problem was it was unfunny and it sucked. The problem was it was a bad movie. But nowadays, can't just be a bad movie. God forbid you say it's shit because it's shit. Like, it's the exact same thing with He-Man. You know, God forbid you ask for a show with He-Man as the main character, like he was in the original series that you were promised. God fucking forbid. You say, hey, He-Man's the main character, isn't he? How come he's not in the fucking show? How come he's completely replaced? Well, no, you get told to, guess what? Kevin Smith tells you to grow the fuck up. I'm surprised he didn't call you an incel or a man baby or a misogynist or whatever the hell else. Maybe he did. Maybe I just don't have it. Maybe I just haven't found that quote yet. But this is the world that we live in, right? They make a shitty Ghostbusters movie and it's filled with women, and you call it shit because it is. It's got nothing to do with the gender of the actors portraying the characters. The script and the movie itself is just complete garbage. Well, you're a misogynist. This is what you get because you hated women Ghostbusters. It's not you hated a bad movie. You hated women. That's what it is. You're a fucking women hater. This is the world we live in, man, according to certain lunatics. So I don't know, man. This is your weekly reminder that there are fucking complete batshit crazy people online, and this is why I'm not on this is why I'm not on Twitter. Has anyone read this series? Does anyone know about this series? Have any of you guys checked this out whatsoever? Let's see. I kind of want to read it. Apparently, I've heard it's horrible. I kind of want to read it, but I ain't buying it. No, what is it? Okay. So how do I quickly explain the synopsis? Okay, so oh my god, dude. Here, I've got some panels that I've found here. You know what? I don't know if we could watch this. I don't know if we could watch this trailer and not get in trouble by I don't know if we could watch this trailer and not get in trouble. Starfire had a love child with a donkey. Okay, listen here. It's a graphic novel. It's called I'm Not Starfire. And it's about Starfire has a kid with what I can only assume to be Danny DeVito's Penguin from Batman Returns. She's fat. She's disgusting. She has like zits all over her body. She's apparently a fucking asshole. These drawings fucking suck, by the way. I gotta say it. I don't know this artist. I never heard of her. I don't have anything against her. I don't know who she is, but the art fucking sucks. I can't stand it, dude. I think it's shit. I think it's complete garbage. I'm sure she worked hard on it, but I think it's trash. Anyway, so here's a look. So that's Starfire as we know her, and that's, baby Danny DeVito. Here, I'm Not Starfire is the absolute worst story I've ever read. Mandy's a self-centered bitch. Being a lesbian is not a personality. Obesity is not a personality. There you go. Yes, yeah, that's a great point, Banzi. Banzi, these drawings look like somebody who's just learning.
You a bitch. You just a bitchy bitch.
Looks like a person who's just learning how to draw. Yes, exactly. Somebody who's just starting to figure out how to draw. They're still maybe tracing. They still got a lot, they still got a lot more work to do. Except, they work for DC now. Let's see, what else do I have? And this was supposed to be kids. Oh yeah, that's right. So apparently this fat Danny DeVito type, it likes to curse a whole lot. Identity is not a personality. It isn't a personality. It's not. They can call it YA all they want. Truth is, YA these days is aimed at people in their late 20s and 30s who still have the mindset of high schooler. The level of language, the tone, and the romantic elements in the book make it clear it's not for kids, but for people who wish they were kids. This book is something of an identity crisis. Yeah, all the reviews that I saw were that this book is shit. Mandy's a horrible character, and apparently is self-insert. Apparently the author herself, let's see. Yeah, there it is. So this person appears to have inserted themselves into a comic book, because I would say there's a pretty close resemblance to fat baby bangs Danny DeVito. There's a real fucking crossover there. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, also Mandy's got these weird fucking zits all over her body. It's kind of weird. I don't know why they chose this. I'm assuming because the fucking drawing is shit. Oh yeah, wait, hang on. You guys can't quite see it.
It doesn't look right. It looks unnatural.
You got you got a baby foot. You got, this person's drawings, they suck. These drawings are shit. I think, are they zits or freckles? You know what? I think they're probably just chicken pox scabs. Maybe they're scabies. I don't know, dude. They look like she's got body acne, dude. It looks like she's got just acne all over her body. She's covered in zits or hair or whatever. She's covered in zits, she's fat, she's frumpy. The artist can't draw. Apparently people who love Starfire on the Teen Titans Go, apparently they're really fucking pissed because apparently this version of Starfire is nothing like the Starfire that people are used to, the Starfire that people know and love Full opinions on I'm Not Starfire. The story is weirdly paced. She treats So firstly, the story is weirdly paced. She treats Corey like shit at the beginning. Blackfire shows up. Mandy realizes how shit a daughter she is, and all of a sudden gains power and kicks Blackfire's ass. The story isn't long enough for this kind of arc, so it feels rushed. Secondly, it reads like someone who has some personal problems with their parents growing up and are projecting those problems onto Starfire. Yeah, no, apparently it's a horrible character. It's a self-insert of the author. The artwork is terribly done. Most of these reviews that I found are awful. And this made me so happy she gets what she deserves. Why is Blackfire's face like that? Everyone has to be ugly in this because reasons. Yeah. Yeah, no. I think these drawings are absolute garbage. I think they're bad. Starfire's crotch has more details than her daughter. Yeah, no, the body's it. The Danny DeVito physique. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. The poor art. The poorly drawn art. I don't know, man. I dated a girl just like that. You dated Danny DeVito? But she had a small waist. Other than that, twins. Dude, the fucking artist had to protect their tweets. The artist had to protect their tweets. I think people were shitting all over their art. That's not great. That's not great. Yeah, you probably should just leave them alone. I dated. Wait, Banzi, I didn't know you were into thick ladies like that. Oh shit. Dude, you know what I just realized? The artist and I have like 5 or 6 mutual friends in common. Oh well. I don't give a shit, dude. The fuck do I care, man? I think their art sucks. I stand by what I said. Everybody wants a chubby goth chick at least once, dude. Not me. I've never been a chubby chaser. That's what it is. Nothing against... I've had plenty of chubby friends. It's just... You know? I think like 145 pounds is my cutoff, I think. Maybe one... No, no. $150. $150 for a girl who's like 5'10". That's my cutoff. No, I want to be able... Listen, I want to be able to pick a lady up. I feel like anything over $150, I might blow my back out. You aren't everyone, though. We've already established you are a being of your own category. Chubby is fine as long as she's curvy. That's true. You know what? A lot of guys I know like thick to chubby ladies. So it's true. It's true. Now again, I'm not like... I don't need anybody looking like they've got an eating disorder. I'm not, you know? I don't mind a girl, you know, a little thick on the thicker side. It's just I feel like I've got a weight cap. I've got a weight cap. the art is bad, but I hate the artist is getting shit on. Same thing is happening to the artist who did custom covers for the Halloween 4K releases. Yeah, no. I'm definitely of the more Pierce Brosnan. I'm definitely of the mindset is, you know what, if you want to shit on the art, like I've been doing, because I think this art sucks, fine. But don't, you know, I didn't tell you guys who drew it. I didn't show you their Twitter or their Instagram. Because I don't want to, you know, just leave them alone, right? Because going out of your way to tell them that they suck, or their art is garbage, or that they, you know, can't draw for shit, like that, at that point, you're just being a dickhead. I mean, you know, like I said, if they're a public persona, which they are, right? And they've released a work to the public, which is fair. It's fair game as far as I'm concerned to critique their work, which to me looks like a overweight, zit-covered teenager decided to start drawing a year ago on Tumblr, and this is what we get. Fine, but don't tell that to them. That's not nice. Speaking of which, can we pull up the ScarJo pics again? You know what? I'm gonna Google ScarJo ass for the second time today. Look, it's saved. Guys, look at this. Scarlett Johansson ass is literally saved in my. It's saved in my list. Scarlett Johansson calls out piece of ass treatment. Wait. Let me find the ScarJo butt. Here we go. I found it. I found it for you, buddy. Found the ScarJo booty pics for you. My cap is around 140 pounds, says Bansi. It's this point, it's not critique, it's coaching. Poor girl suffering from all the money she made out of being hot. Yeah, now that I think is dumb. That, I don't think ScarJo had the piece of ass treatment. I think, first off, she's an attractive woman in Hollywood, right? So that comes with all the shit that it entails. Like, people are going to treat you like a sexualized object, because it does so for the dudes too. How many more movies or TV shows are we going to see where they show you every single Marvel movie, they find some way to show you the character's abs? Be it Captain America, be it fucking Paul Rudd took his shirt off in Ant-Man for some fucking reason. Chris Pratt, there was a reason for him to take his shirt off. Thor can't keep his clothes on. Listen, Hollywood hires attractive, hot, low body fat people, and then they show them off. Because that's how it is. Again, if you know what? You can argue about whether it's good or bad or whatever the fuck. But that's how it is for everybody. Everybody's got to get on a scale. You know, Jason Momoa takes his fucking shirt off. The Rock can't keep his shirt on. I can't tell you how many times I've seen Jason Momoa's nipples. Even fucking Ben Affleck got ripped, had to take his shirt off for fucking Batman. Again, Henry Cavill, same thing. Guys walking around topless all the time for some fucking reason. Well, no, not some fucking reason. I know the reason. It's sex appeal for the dudes, the gals, whoever. It's, look at this fucking body. But if I look like Chris Hemsworth, I wouldn't wear a shirt either. Yeah, right, that's what I mean. Now,
your boobs are huge.
Black Widow, in her introduction to the MCU, the reason why she's the Black Widow is her sex appeal. She's a spy. She's supposed to she's supposed to infiltrate whatever situation. She's supposed to infiltrate whatever situation, and deceptively so. Yes, honeypat, exactly. So you assume that she's just this piece of ass, right? ScarJo is just a regular piece of ass, but she's a spy. She's a fucking super spy who will snap your fucking neck with her thick, juicy thighs, right? That's her whole. That's the whole reason for the Black Widow program. You get these girls, you have them, you have people underestimate their capabilities, and then before it's too late, they get the drop on them. That's the premise. That's the whole fucking premise. If Black Widow showed up as like some giant bull dyke who put Tony Stark in a headlock, it wouldn't work. It doesn't work. That's not the character. So yeah, no, the whole piece of ass treatment is bullshit. Can we choose to die that way? If only. While we're on the topic, I'm going to try that Joaquin Phoenix diet. What's that? A cigarette and an apple for the day? Dude, I know it's DC, but the entirety of Aquaman is a good example of male sexualization. Of course. They do it to, listen, man, they do it to the guys, they do it to the girls. It's just Hollywood. People pay because they want to see fucking greasy, sexy people fucking undulating as superheroes. It's the fucking fantasy. Now, of course, you're going to say, not all people want to see that, but no, but a lot do. More than we think we care to admit, based on how many. Aquaman made $1 billion, and I highly doubt people want to see that movie for the caliber of the script. There was literally a scene in the movie where fucking Nicole Kidman strolls out of the ocean with a giant lobster claw in her hand. You know, there's a scene in the movie where fucking it's an underwater laser fight where Aquaman is like riding like a giant seahorse, and I think he's fighting against crab people with lasers. It's absolutely the fucking most retarded thing you've ever seen in your entire life. I saw that scene and I burst out into laughing, dude. I was in the theater and I saw like the crab people with their lasers underwater, and I saw like Aquaman riding a giant seahorse into battle, and I just, at that point, like the suspension of disbelief I just started it was so stupid. It was so dumb. Anyway, that being said, people want to see that motherfucker's abs. People want to see his abs. People want to see The Rock take his shirt off too. People want to see ScarJo's butt. C'est la vie. Here's one more glimpse. Here's one more glimpse of the ScarJo booty. She got some thick legs on her, man. I'm telling you, dude, she's not a skinny mini. I mean, her weight has fluctuated, but damn, her weight really does fluctuate. Oh, that's fucking ridiculous. She's really like, yeah, sometimes she's kind of on the thicker side, and sometimes she's like real skinny. Is this a real photo? Because there she's looking like a stick. Who knows, man? Even that's Hollywood, dude. Your weight going up and down by fucking 20 to 30 pounds. Let's see. Oh, one other thing I want to talk about with you guys. Last thing. First off, I'm going to show you some more shitty art. Here, this is guess what? They're doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle IDW Best of April O'Neil. This is coming out in shops October of this year. And this is the cover, and it looks like shit. This fucking sucks. This cover's fucking ass. I don't know who drew this cover. I don't care. It's ass. I don't care if we have mutuals on social media. This cover sucks. This art sucks. Why do you think it looks like shit? I'll tell you what. Looks riveting. Here's the question I'll pose to you. Does anyone in the chat think that this doesn't look like shit? Let's see. Let's read the synopsis. The turtle's best friend April is always ready to uncover new danger and help her mutant pals. Dig into this oversized collection and discover the very best. You know what? If this is for children, I'll give it a pass. Because what the fuck do kids know about good art? Let's see. If it's for children, let's see. April here. Let's see. I don't think it looks great, but it's passable for kids and young adults. Yes. If this is a book geared at children, if this is a kid's book, a la Dogman, I'll rescind my opinion, my incendiary opinion. However, if it's comic book for adults, I stand by my opinion that it is shit art. Your next piece should be your take on what this cover should have been. I mean, you're asking what I don't like about it. First off, it's completely flat, right? Like okay, so maybe that's the style of the art, which I think also sucks, but okay. So maybe you want it to be flat. Okay, well, what else? Well, how about even if it is flat, where the fuck is the expression? What the fuck expression is this supposed to be exactly? Smirk? Anger? Smizing? What is this? What am I looking at? Also, what the fuck is up with the background? Not anything? No background whatsoever. Like just a gray color? Gray. So, detail obnoxiously bright. Yeah, no, the colors are an eyesore. There's weird to zero expression on her face. It's completely flat to the point of... Here's the issue, man. Nothing about this cover grabs you. I mean, the obnoxious colors, maybe. Nothing tells you what's inside. Nothing gives you any kind of what should a cover do, right? The whole point of a cover is to show you either the best of what's to offer or entice you. So when you're walking through a comic book store or you're walking through a bookstore or whatever, you see it and it tells you either, like I said, what's going to happen in the story, entice you. There's no framing or anything. Just give you a little bit of something. Grabs you. What should grab you? At its best, it should not only entice you as to open the book and look and see what's inside, it should also elicit perhaps some kind of emotion. It does none of that. None of that whatsoever. What's Nikki doing? Nikki's just spamming the... Oh yes, that's right. I'm live on YouTube. Thank you, Nikki.
Oh, you're not streaming on Twitch?
No, I'm on Twitch. Hang on. Oh shit, look, Splinter. Oh my god, dude. Look at this shit. At least, you know what? I like the color scheme a little bit better. Oh my god. Is this... Whoa, holy shit, dude. TMT Best of series continues with everyone's favorite Sensei, Splinter. God.
That's dope.
You know, I will say this. I like the colors better. I would say, from a design standpoint, I think this reads better than the other one. Because it almost looks like it almost looks like a logo at this point. I think this cover is more compelling. I think the color is better. I think it grabs you more. The eyes, right? Do you see the eyes? The eyes kind of like the gi. There's more here. There's more. I'm still not in love with it, but at the very least, from a design standpoint, okay, sure, right? There's a strong symbolism and iconography here. It's Master Splinter. Obviously, this is him. And this tells at least some of a story, right? You've got a young, strong Master Splinter or perhaps the man who trained him, right? But I'm assuming it's Splinter because it's a fucking cover. Yeah, he's no longer frail. He's got stoic eyes. He's got his gi on, right? So this is a much better cover in my opinion. If you're going to do the super simplified 2D design look, fine, fair. If that's what we're going for, but this compared to this, there's no comparison. This is just what looks to be a bad flat drawing. This at least,
Oh God, ew.
this at least there's something compelling happening. Let's see, crack it open.
Have they ever done a Master Splinter background yet?
No, I don't know. What the fuck? Is it? Wait, hold on. Is this for kids?
Oh,
Is this for kids?
I don't like this.
I don't like
I don't
it,
know
man.
why, but it reminds me of like really racist Asian drawings back in the day, right?
I mean, it doesn't not remind me of that.
You know, when everybody was doing the ha 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 funny Asian slanty eyes, you know.
Yeah.
I don't
Is
like
this? Oh my god. Yeah, no, I don't like it. Were those two drawings from the same person? Looks like an old comic strip that used to be in the newspaper. Yeah, it does. I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't want to say I hate it, but I don't like it. Is this? Are they republishing an actual old comic, or is this
that.
somebody?
Google. Stop.
Because yeah, there's a borderline offensive. If it's a hardcover I'm buying. Yeah, something about the rice patty hats. I don't know.
Oh, they
man.
have the rice. I didn't even see that. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
the rice patty hats, man. I don't think
That really put the fucking nail in the coffin.
I don't think I saw. I don't think this is necessarily buck teeth, but it's not. It's not buck teeth.
So
All
wait,
right.
is this new or not?
I don't know. I'm so confused.
Nickelodeon.
All right. The throwback interior art sells me on it 100%. The throwback interior art sells me on it 100% more. I could taste my childhood. Are those two drawings from the same person? I have no idea. It looks like an old comic strip that used to be in the newspaper. If it's a hardcover I'm buying, someone learned to draw from Sunday Comics, vintage stuff. This one was my favorite from childhood, rarely topped. All right. Well, that was a weird segue. But
Have they ever done Master Splinter's backstory, or is that the first time?
I don't. You know what? I'm not the biggest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like comic reader, so I don't know. Maybe they have. Nickelodeon, the next company to be sued for racial insensitivity. I'm calling it now. All right. Last thing I want to discuss, because I'm curious about your thoughts on this, especially to those of you who are familiar with, who enjoy Superman, and perhaps you Americans in the crowd. DC's new Superman officially drops the American way. The new Superman still stands for truth and justice, but DC has officially removed the American way from his famous original catchphrase. Now, this is not new. DC has done this a ton before. They most famously did it in the Superman Returns. Is it Superman Returns? The Superman movie with the dude with the giant dick that was in... Legends of Tomorrow. The Bryan Singer Superman movie. What the fuck was that called?
The Legion of Tomorrow, is it?
Yeah, Superman Returns 2006. It was Brandon Routh. Here. So it was this Superman. Brandon Routh. Who was doing kind of like his version of Christopher Reeves, who apparently had to suck Bryan Singer's dick to get the job. That's the Hollywood tale. Brandon Routh had to suck Bryan Singer's dong to get the job. But
Like,
allegedly,
really?
allegedly. But that's neither here nor there. But Bryan Singer, by the way, who was I don't think this was alleged. I think this was proven. Had a bunch of underage, a gay man had a ton of underage pool parties at his place back in the day.
Oh.
Young, bunch of young twinks coming around Bryan Singer's pool to, enjoy themselves, perhaps a little too much. Anyway, what I'm saying is that was the first film where they removed the American way, truth, justice, and the American way, as the Superman phrase goes. Now, to be honest, personally, I don't give a shit. I really don't care. I really don't care about the phrase. I don't care about Superman's catchphrase. Jinpai, do you care?
I mean, that kind of is what is Superman, but it definitely is way dated.
It is really dated. It's really dated, and it harkens back to an older time. I don't know. You know what? I don't feel super strongly either way, but it does. I can't, man. Something about the American way part. It does feel a little cringy to me.
See, but I feel like, he came out like when he was one of the original comic book heroes, right? I mean, I'm sure that they used him to motivate like soldiers of war and shit.
Well, I don't. You know what? I don't know.
Because it's like he's the ultimate freedom fighter. You can be like Superman, the American way. You're at war.
I know they did something similar.
Superman.
I know they did something similar with Captain America during World War II, but I don't know. When was it first used? Was it from the get-go? No, it wasn't. It was actually used in the 50s, the American way. Let me see if I could. It was introduced in 1950 something. I found an article about it.
Has there ever been a good Superman movie?
The man can fly around the world within minutes. Why should he just be about the American way? So, like, there's a line in Zack Snyder's Superman. Let's see. Where is that?
Michael, has there ever been a good Superman movie?
Man of Steel isn't bad. But still not quite Superman.
But they never had something like Dark Knight-ish.
Yeah.
Knight-esque for Superman.
No, I know what you're saying, right? The Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight with Heath Ledger and Christian Bale.
Yeah, it's a classic.
That's pretty fucking.
Classic.
I think that's one of the best Superman. That's one of the best superhero movies ever, in my opinion.
I feel like they could totally do something like that for Superman. I don't know.
It'd be great if they could really encapsulate the mythos, but they have yet to. It makes me think of Dr. Manhattan, the American way. This is our weapon, right? Something about Superman having all his power and kind of enforcing truth, justice, and the American way section feels like, honestly, this is rare for me to say, it feels a little too American imperialist for my taste.
Yeah.
You know? Like, hey, world, Superman is our weapon, and we're going to enforce our ways upon you via our God.
Yep.
Our American God, Superman, will enforce the American way of life upon you, the world. It's too, that's it. That's what it is. It's too Homelander. And Superman isn't Homelander. He's not. Like, Superman is an American, right? But he also belongs...
for everything in justice, except for if you're not American.
Right? Superman doesn't belong to America, although he is American, if that makes sense, right? Superman's powers, and his abilities, they belong to the world. Superman is Earth's protector. Superman isn't America's protector. Superman protects the Earth as a whole. Superman doesn't only worry about what's happening in the States. Superman is in a sanctioned government, property. He's not American weapon Superman. He's not super American man. He's Superman. Now he's pretty fucking American, you know? He's a hay chewing Kansas boy, right? A football playing Midwestern boy, right? He's a farmer, son of a farmer. So he is very much American. But like I said, he's the Earth's protector, who just so happens to be an American. He doesn't enforce his Americanness on the world, nor should he. That's not his place. Donner Superman is good. Man of Steel is underrated. I'd rather read the Superman comics than watch the movies, just because the comics get into some dark stuff that the movies never touch on. Superman isn't even human. He's an alien boy. Well, he is an alien boy, but he's an American alien boy. Because, well, he's more American than he is Kryptonian, if you think about it, right? Because he's adopted by a couple Americans, you know. So he's not really Kryptonian at all. Matter of fact, yeah, Kryptonian by birth and by powers, but he's not really. I wouldn't be surprised if other Kryptonians call him a fraud or a faker. It'd kind of like be like Jinpai. It'd kind of be like you talking about how Korean you are if you went to Korea and you're telling all them, hey, I'm the most Korean man you'll ever meet. The American way meant freedom versus the Russian way, which was not free in the 50s. It made sense then, but it's not appropriate today. Yeah, so the new phrase was truth, justice, and a better world. It's a little cheesy.
Superman.
It's a little cheesy, right? But to Jinpai, the same effect. That'd be like me going to Colombia and telling them how Colombian I am, when, you know, I haven't been back there since I was born, right?
Right.
Essentially, the same. Me and Jinpai are great examples of people who were adopted from other nations and who were raised American.
Michael is a great example of Superman.
Yeah, right. I'm retarded Superman. That actually sounds like something he'd say.
I'm retarded Superman.
Yeah, I'm Bizarro. Yeah, but yeah. So if Jinpai and I, or any example of what it means to be adopted from a nation that doesn't share much culture with or language with your adopted nation, guess what? You're American. Congratulations, Jinpai. Hey, Jinpai, were you naturalized? Were you, to get your citizenship, were you naturalized or were you the other thing?
I don't know, man. I was like 3 months old.
Anyway, this does sound something corny and something what Superman would say. Truth, justice, and a better world sounds more Superman. But here, check this out.
Yeah, it's way better. That's way better. Yeah, 100%.
So this dude, Gene Lun Yang, he wrote a story back in March, and in the panel, Superman says, in the panel says, so was born that champion of truth, tolerance, and justice, Superman. So you might be thinking, where's the American way stuff? Now check this out. This is where it gets interesting. Truth, tolerance, and justice sounds like something that maybe like some weird Twitter SJW might say, but it's not. It's not at all. I want to show you this. This issue. First, let me say that I cannot be more proud of this issue. Yada yada yada. The issue is an homage to the Superman and Batman movie serials of the 1940s. The phrase truth, tolerance, and justice, rather than the more familiar truth, justice, and the American way, is a tribute to the 1948 Superman film serial. So this came before. This phrase came before the American way phrase. I want to play this for you. I don't think this should be copyrighted, but you know, if it is, I'll just delete it. But here, guys, give this a listen. I'm gonna pause the music, and I'm gonna make it so Jinpai can hear it too.
Real quick, was
What?
Man of Steel the one with the mustache incident?
No, that was that was the Justice League atrocity. Superman told the president everything you said in a comic once. Can't remember which one. Here we go.
As you can remember. But you know, we're only your foster parents.
My real parents couldn't have done more for me.
You came to us out of the sky. From what distant place we can't even imagine. You're different from other people. Your unique abilities make you a kind of Superman.
Oh,
because of these great powers, your speed and strength, your X-ray vision and super-sensitive hearing, you have a great responsibility.
I know what you're going to say, Dad. I must use my powers wisely and justly.
Yes, you must use them always in the interest of truth, tolerance, and justice. We've had you with us as long as you can remember. But you know, we're only your foster parents.
My real parents couldn't have done more for me.
Anyway, you get the idea. Truth, justice, and tolerance. That phrase predates the American Way one that came to, I think, fruition in the 50s, I think. Let's see. Truth, justice, and the American Way was introduced in a radio show, but didn't become ubiquitous until the 1950s Superman TV show.
That's just like an typical, like, that's one of the most 80s TV, like, lectures I think I've ever heard.
Wait, did he say a great responsibility? Oh shit, dude. Look at that. Pa Kent was being Uncle Ben before Uncle Ben ever existed. You're very, very strong Uncle Ben vibes. Very far, Pa Kent. Oh, and also, Banzi says acting was weird back then. The reason why acting was like this back then is because, the reason why the acting is like this back then is because mostly it was, there weren't like flashy, crazy cameras were so fucking heavy and big and just a pain in the ass. You see, notice the camera basically just zooms in and out, right? If you're looking at the video. So movies were pretty much just plays, right?
Yeah,
they were
just say people were probably just used to plays.
Yeah, it looks exactly. So you're watching. It looks very much like theater. That's exactly what it was. So the movies that we see now, it's fucking insane, right? What they're doing and what they can do. Movies then, you're essentially just watching a play on film.
Also, they have like at least 200 million minimum budget. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the average for lower end movie budgets? It's got to be at least 200 million, right?
I have no fucking idea. But yeah, I don't mind that they ditched the American Way. It's fine. I feel like that's the truth and justice is by far Superman. Like, I think that encapsulates the character more so than the others. Adamore says there's also a lot of exposition and dialogue because screenwriting was still very close to radio dramas. Great point, John. Great point. And on that note, I'm taking off, baby. We've done 2 hours of this podcast. Jinpai joined us for this last little leg. Thank you, Jinpai.
Oh, this is a podcast?
Yes, this is going to live in the podcast channel on my YouTube channel until they one day delete it.
Oh wow.
Who knows when maybe one day when YouTube burns to the ground, it'll be gone. But until then, it will exist in perpetuity. So if you missed anything, feel free to go back. I don't think, I'll be back Monday. Let me take this moment to thank my patrons again. Thank you to my patrons. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you for keeping the lights on. You also, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for sticking in, hanging out with me. And I appreciate you very much. I hope you guys Have a great weekend. Good talk. I'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Bye. Goodbye. Wave goodbye, Jinpai.
I'm waving.
He's waving his dick around. Don't trust him.